Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody, to Information this week. That right there was Deal by Jerry Garcia, on the very best of Jerry Garcia. I sure hope that by giving the credits out that I don't get sued for this. But you know what? I will find that out when I get a cease and desist order. And we'll figure it out from there. Today we have a fantastic show. As always, I'm your host, Brent Gill. On the lineup today, we have King Cobras in potato chip cans that get shipped over to America. Apparently sex dolls are better than real women in Japan. And mother bakes her son 1-year-old cookies for his 1-year birthday, and they look like dicks. We got a fantastic show. Thank you for joining us, Info Nation. If you have not started following us on Facebook, it's facebook.com/information, where we post pictures and links to all the stories so you can follow along at home. Joining us today, I have a fantastic guest. Adrian Mesa is in the house. Adrian, how the fuck are you?
Oh, man, I'm doing great.
Are you?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Brent
I'm
Gill.
so glad you're doing this because I feel like you were really resisting trying to do this show.
No, what do you mean?
I feel like you're resisting because you don't like working.
Excuse me?
You don't like putting in a lot of effort into things.
I'm
How about that for a start? I
I'm
just
not
started
gonna
off
answer that.
just shitting on you.
Thanks for making me feel comfortable. I'm so glad I agreed to do this, finally.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm glad I could get you in studio to have this intervention with you. Adrian, the only reason I say that is I feel like sometimes I hit you up and you're just like, meh.
Oh, yeah. What, to, like, get burgers or something?
Yeah.
Well, I can't get
like
a burger every day.
You meh me all the time.
Do I really?
Yeah, I feel like you meh me a lot.
Oh, man.
So then,
I'm sorry. I'll work on that.
But then occasionally I feel like I accidentally meh you back. Like you'll hit me up like, hey, let's go park it up. And then I just don't respond.
See, yeah. So it's a mirror, man. It's a two-way mirror street. Okay, buddy?
Well, we can see both sides right now, so let's fix that.
Yeah, no, I'm here. I'm happy to be here. I like spreading fake news.
It's real news.
Oh, that's right. It's real news.
No, I mean, no, don't be facetious about it. This is all real news.
It is. That's more real than the news today.
Honestly, that's probably true. I honestly, for some stories that I feel like are too outlandish, I actually do a lot of research to see if they're real or not.
Good.
Just to make sure, and then when I clean up, then I actually look up actual.
You're doing your part, man. We got to do your due diligence in this information crazed world.
In a world full of fake news, how about just some weird news?
Yeah. Weird, true.
Maybe
news.
that's going to be the new slogan for the whole show. Is in a world full of fake news, how about some real weird news? Boom. A lot of periods and shit.
I see T-shirts.
Now, Adrian, you are somewhat of a local comic here. You are now. This is your home.
Yeah, I joke locally.
You've been doing comedy for quite some time now, and you started down in Miami, Florida.
Right. Good for you.
And how long? And you came to Colorado, then went back home, and then came back.
Yeah.
Do you like where you are now in Denver, especially compared to Miami, Florida?
Oh no, I love Denver. Denver's my home now, and I've tried to escape.
You have tried to escape. You have left a few times.
I shouldn't say escape, but I had to, I had to leave for certain other reasons.
Yeah.
But I always come back here. It's like this.
It's like your home.
It's like I feel comfy here.
Okay.
I like it more than other places.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you see yourself staying here for a long time?
Forever.
Really?
Yeah.
Forever and ever.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah. Until the sun burns out.
Until the sun burns out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Even when I'm like half cyborg. Even when like the medical technology is like surpassed, I will be half robot and I'd still be a Denverite. Just letting you know that.
Well, let's hope that you're the right half of the robot.
What are you talking about?
For one of our stories that we have coming up,
right.
We're going to get there. Now, you run a pretty fun show called 3-Course Comedy, which is also a live show and a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where comedians cook food and bring it to the show. What's that about?
Hopefully they cook food, but it's a food-centered comedy program.
Food-centric.
Yeah, I get comics and they do food jokes.
That's shit that I like.
Yeah, I like food-based humor, and it doesn't have to be like stand-up. It's like little rants or musings or whatever, because it's a podcast. I just want to get people to start writing,
Different.
Yeah, different.
Right outside the box. That's how this show got started.
Booyah.
Booyakasha.
Yeah.
Booyaka chef.
Fun. Yeah, and I get 3 comics on. There's a little interview, and I do a little trivia.
Yeah.
It's a fun little package.
It's a pretty great show. I've done it a few times. I'm doing it again at the end of August, and
Excited about that.
yeah, it's
We're gonna do every month is a theme, and this one's gonna be American barbecue.
man, I'm gonna crush that one.
Yeah, I'm making a brisket.
Woo!
Beef.
You're making some brisket.
brisket.
Some brisket.
Yeah, I'm gonna smoke it.
Now you are a professional chef too.
Yes.
That is your job.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been chefing?
5 years now.
Like professionally?
Yeah, professionally, on a professional level. You know, restaurant quality.
Have you ever been? Did you when you were young? Did you cook a bunch at that point too?
I did, but it wasn't like hot cuisine or anything. It was potato chip sandwiches, and I thought it was, but I was a fat kid.
Potato. I accidentally hit. I'm going to move my keyboard over here so I don't do that again.
Mm-hmm.
Potato chip sandwiches.
Yeah.
With what? Like peanut butter and jelly?
No, like potato chips and bread. No, but like I would experiment.
That's literally all you had was potato chips and bread?
That was me being innovative in my mind. You know, I'm like, I'm going to create I like foods like how I like them, and I'm going to do them the way that I think they should be done. So I was a little chef.
Okay.
No, but I did, for some reason, I was fascinated with cooking shows at a young age. It was all PBS. Okay, well, I was actually fascinated with Benny Hill. So I would watch the PBS waiting for Benny Hill to come on.
Yep.
You know.
And there were cooking shows leading up to Benny.
Going on. So I'm like, all right, Benny's probably coming up soon. I didn't have a TV guide or anything. So yeah, that's what got me.
And so is that what shaped the comedian chef extraordinaire, Adrian P. Mesa?
Mm-hmm. It was, PBS.
It was Waiting for Benny.
Waiting for Benny. That's right.
That should be a play, an absurdist play, Waiting for Benny.
It is.
Just fucking Adrian Mesa sitting there. His beard just continues to grow in more and more.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're just sitting there just cooking up food, waiting for Benny.
Yeah. I remember
Making
that.
Benny's waiting for Benny.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That was it. That was the beginning of that. And then I dated vegetarian for like 3 years when I was like 19. But then I learned, how to cook stuff, like because she would make her own meals, because being a vegetarian you have to really be on top of it. You can't just
because we as Americans could give 2 shits about vegetarians and vegans.
Well, no, maybe in the 90s.
Come on.
But everyone's a vegan now.
It's
with all those
so lame.
Netflix,
I hate vegans.
So many Netflix documentaries scaring people out of meat.
Like a new one that just came out that's scaring people out of meat?
What the health?
Yeah, that's right.
What the health is basically saying
all
the things that you eat will kill you.
It's the inconvenient truth of food.
Yeah.
Is basically. I wonder if Al Gore is behind that one. He's like, we had such good success on this first one that I feel like we could probably get this guy.
Hit him where it hurts.
We could probably make some money off this.
Right where they put it in their mouths.
Right in the kisser.
So I've been experimenting with that lately, actually.
All right.
Much like a lot of people.
I have noticed that you're not eating meat anymore. Do you feel better? Do you feel different?
I do. I've lost some weight. My blood pressure's down a little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Are you still drinking? Like at the normal rate that you used to?
Only vegan drinks.
God, you're so gay.
Tequila.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I think it's all. I don't know. I heard there is some meat stuff in some liquors. Yeah. Some shadow meats in your drinks.
Some shadow meat gribbles.
Yep. It's always lurking there. The meat, the proteins.
Oh man. Well, very good. Well, thank you for coming here. Now, I
glad
remember
to be
you.
here.
I remember you from back when I was very young, when you lived here, back when the Grolics were still coming into their own. And you've done a lot of cool things. You did Montreal, won the South Beach Comedy. Did you win that thing, the South Beach Comedy?
Yeah, I was a big
Festival?
winner. I had a sash.
I don't sash?
Know. No, it wasn't a competition. It was just like an invite.
All right. Well, you got
got
invited
to
to it.
hang
That's
out,
pretty great. That's pretty great. So you've
Run
done a
by
lot of
Comedy
cool
Central.
things. You've done
Key
a lot
and
of cool
Peele.
shit.
I got to hang out with Key and Peele.
Dope.
There.
That's back before they were Peel and Key, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. No, they just got the show. It just started.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So
Cool.
They were really neat to hang out with
Yeah.
all night. They were really sweet dudes.
You're funny as shit, dude. You headline the Comedy Works a bunch too.
Yeah, even
and you're very versatile. You do music.
I do.
Now he's not musical comedy. He does stand-up comedy,
Yeah.
which is respectable. And then he brings down the respect a bit by bringing a guitar on stage.
Sure. Again, maybe a very 90s way to look at comedy, but guess you've never heard of Tenacious D or anything like that, or Flight of the Conchords. Yeah, no, great. They're all hacks.
Yes.
Right. I'm ribbing you back. We're doing green room antics here.
Oh man. Well, let's dive into these stories here. Adrian, I want to start here with this potato chip story.
Yeah.
This one's crazy. All right. So apparently there was king cobras found in a can. So like these cans of potato chips, which to me look like a knockoff version of Pringles.
Right.
Didn't have potato chips in there. It was a king cobra.
Surprise!
Hi-oh! Once you pop, you really can't stop until you're dead.
Need an antidote.
So apparently 3 king cobras were on their way to a Los Angeles area when the federal agents picked up the package and everything because they were having to look into it since it was coming over from China. I think it was coming over from China. I just am looking at the print on the potato chip can, and I don't understand it.
You understand? Oh, the potato chip label.
I understand. Yeah, the potato chip label.
First of all, anything in a can is suspect. You know, like why? Who puts potato chips in a can if it's not for like novelty purposes?
well,
like,
Pringles does.
Yeah,
but those are like novelty chips. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. These cans look like something from like Popeye. You know, like some.
It looks like something that you would buy from the dollar store that was on clearance for buy one get one for $1.
Right. From weird cans. And Chinese don't even like potato chips.
That's why they're sending cobras in them to get at us.
Yeah.
See, Trump was right. China.
Yeah.
No. Sorry.
So he got busted for the snakes.
Yep.
Snakes in a can.
Yep. So, dude was apparently what happened was Rodrigo Franco was illegally importing these snakes to America, and this violated so many laws, including illegally importing merchandise, which I love how they called the snakes merchandise at that point.
Merch,
illegal merch,
table.
And then they also are accusing him of violating the Endangered Species Act and falsifying records to get those snakes over here. And the best part, though, it was sent via the USPS, the United States Postal Service.
Oh, nice.
That is the way to ship anything you want in this country. Yeah. I can't advocate enough for them. I don't want to tell you why I advocate a lot for them living in Denver, Colorado, but they do God's work. They do God's work.
So this guy, what's his name? Federico Rodrigo?
Rodrigo Franco.
Rodrigo
Franco.
This guy loves exotic animals. So like what he's collecting because he had a turtle too. They busted him with a
turtle,
with a
3
soft
cobras.
shell turtle that was in a.
He had 3 albino Chinese soft-shelled turtles.
That's delicious.
And let's boil that up and have get some margarine or some butter.
Yeah, don't you dare say margarine around me. Don't you dare.
My mom uses margarine, and I want to fucking throw it away every time she busts it out. Yeah. I would rather clog my arteries up than eat margarine.
Yeah, I'd rather punch my own genitals.
I
cleaned it up.
Your own jennies? Oh, you can say whatever you want. This is a podcast.
I'd rather strike my balls than have margarine again. No, so because Rodrigo Franco, apparently he's trying to get a little zoo together.
Yes, correct. They busted in his house. The Homeland Security Department busted in his house. It looked like a kid's bedroom, but they found a bunch of tanks, including a Morlet's crocodile, a baby. I don't know what that is, but a baby exotic crocodile.
Right.
Probably should have done a little more research on this particular one.
Right.
But 2 types of snapping turtles, 5 terrapins, my favorite kind of joint. I don't know what a terrapin is.
It's a turtle.
It's a turtle?
Yeah.
Let's look up terrapins.
Yeah.
Apple says it is a small edible turtle with
Aren't they all? That's redundant.
with lozenge-shaped markings on its shell.
Lozenge shape?
Found in coastal marshes of the eastern U.S.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we used to grow up and hunt terrapins.
He had told them that he had received 20 king cobras in 2 earlier shipments.
But they all died. In transport.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
And by died, he mean he sold them.
Yeah. They died on the market.
What would you? So, do you think he was trying to sell them, or do you think he's like this weird, like Michael Jackson style?
This is what I think about
like trying to get a weird
Rodrigo Franco,
right?
okay, is just a small American businessman trying to make a micro zoo for him and his community. And the federal agents are busting in. They don't like to see the small man getting his dues, you know?
They want their cut? Is that what it is?
They want their cut. He didn't get their cut, and they iced him out.
I would have loved if he had like his own petting zoo with like just deadly fucking snakes.
I am Rodrigo Franco. Welcome to the sensual exotic pet
The
zoo.
sensual exotic. Why is it sensual?
Because his name is Rodrigo Franco, and he has all the pets that you may not have heard of. Would you like a soft-shell albino turtle? They will need nipping on your toes here at the Rodrigo Franco mini zoo.
I think I'm going to record this and start this website and see if we can get.
He is an entrepreneur.
He's just trying to. He's just trying to live the American dream.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what he's trying to do.
That's what I don't like. You know, let him do his thing. Going to good homes. You know, he's adopting them. Just to get him from a shelter, but
yeah. Well, now, what if you were like what if you were the cops that had to go into these containers?
Yeah,
I would be like, no, fuck that.
You open it up.
Yeah,
oh, give it to the rookie.
Give it to the rookie. Yeah, there you go.
Garcia, get over here.
This one's on you, champ. Here's 2 gloves.
No, thank you. I'm trying to stay off carbs.
So, what do you think they're gonna do with these? Because they don't say in here. Because they opened up. So they opened these up. I believe it was in like Virginia or he was gonna fly from LA to Virginia with them. They opened them up and realized after they had opened them up that had one of them been bitten, the closest anti-venom was 6 hours away, and they would have been dead.
Wow.
What if you were that cop and you're like, whoa, hold up. Where's the closest? It's cool, rookie. You're fine. Quit being a pussy.
Yeah.
Open it up. What do you think they're going to do with them?
Probably just going to put a return to sender stamp. Back to China they go. You know?
Just send them to China? Is that what you're saying? To China.
To China.
Love America.
Thank you, no thank you.
Yeah, we don't want these. Return to sender? Is that what?
No, there's actually, it's funny you bring it up, there's a place where a lot of these discarded exotic pets and animals go to, and it's Area 52 they call it. It's next to Area 51, and then there's actually, they're taken care of by these, animal scientists, and they're mechanized now. So they're actually forming an army for world domination. I read you got to keep reading the article. Brent.
It's deeper in there.
Yeah.
It's deeper in there.
So that's why the government really wants it. They've mechanized all these exotic pets, man.
Oh man! Well, apparently on the same day that the snakes were found, like this guy seems like he was just an eBay dealer of animals here. He shipped a package containing 6 turtles, which I don't. What's the deal with turtles?
They're cute.
Are they though?
Yeah, they're not cute.
Yeah, they're not cute.
You don't like them?
No.
What irks you about turtles?
First of all, they're those cartoons back in the day where it was a rabbit versus turtle.
Yeah.
I can't get over the fact that the turtle still won.
He won.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
You didn't get the lesson there?
What lesson?
About the turtle and the hare, the tortoise and the hare?
Make fun of others who are slower than you?
That's not the message.
That's the message I got out of it.
No.
Are you sure?
No,
I'm pretty sure that's the message they were
steady wins the race.
Yeah, but making fun of Boxy, way more enjoyable.
Okay, all right. Everybody gets their own lessons.
And plus, in the world of participation trophies, I'm still gonna get a trophy anyway. Mm-hmm. And I got to make fun of him, and I'm probably still gonna get the hot chick at the end of the day. I'm all right with that.
Well, that's good. I'm glad.
A desert box turtle, three-toed box turtles, and a Florida box turtle to an unknown address. All box turds. All box turds.
Can't wait to hear the Rodrigo Franco Christmas album. And a partridge in a pear tree. Federal crime.
3-toed box turtles.
2 albino.
And a soft-shell turtle from China.
King Cobra. 5 King Cobra potato chip cans.
Oh, man. Well, that's very weird. I'm glad no one got hurt, I guess, but that would have been a whole different story if someone had gotten bit by one of those. He probably would have been facing attempted murder.
Yeah.
I could see them trying to spin that on him.
20 years, I gotta give him.
And then that guy could get the lawyer that the guy used in the Florida defense for the big penis defense. So there's a guy in Florida that got acquitted of murder charges, and his original defense was his penis was so big his girlfriend choked on it while giving him fellatio. That worked in Florida. And the lawyer was like, you know what I think we should do? Let's present your penis to the jury as evidence. I am not kidding you. This guy's got 28 five-star Google reviews online in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I love him. I'm trying to call him, but he won't call me back, I think because I've been prank calling him too much.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he might get him off.
The old big dick plea.
That was
Bro versus no way.
Yeah, right. That was on episode 8 with Movita, if you want to check that one out. Now, the next story that we have here, this one pretty classic. A mother bakes, so her son turns one, and she has a party for it.
Big birthday for the little
dude. Yep,
dude.
big birthday. And the mother makes cookies, homemade cookies, shaped in the number 1.
Well, it was a tradition that her mom had done. She had these little cookie cutter set that had all the numerals.
Yep.
So every year, they would bake a new number cookie.
Right.
Yeah.
Start with 1, go to 4, go to 10, and there's not really
there's
10.
an actual consecutive order.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
1 to 0.
Mm-hmm.
It should be 0 to 9, but that's not how the box looks. So she made these cookies for the first birthday as a tradition, and you can see the little cookie cutter here. It's a little warped because it's been handed down
from the early 60s.
And on her big day, she made all these cookies, and as they cooked, they ended up looking like a whole tray of dongs, dicks,
penises,
and balls. So it was the
Right.
traditional one. So it's not just the one that's just a line. It had the little bottom part,
little base,
and the little
a
serif,
pubic base, if you will.
if you will.
I always love the fancy one with the little. The head hanging down and the base.
It's the
I love that one. It's not. You don't see it often, because some people confuse it for a 7 sometimes. I like doing it.
Is that how you write your ones?
A little bit. You ever do the dash through the 7?
Occasionally.
Yeah, that's very Germanic.
I don't know why I do that though.
Yeah. Why do you do it?
I don't know.
Right.
Like I always feel like, ooh, this doesn't make sense as a 7. It might be like a greater than signs.
Yeah.
So let me mark.
On my 4s, I like to do a little niblet, like a Q.
What?
Yeah, just to see.
Where do you put the Q? Or like the little curly Q?
At the bottom of the 4. You just kind of go up right at the end. 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock?
Yeah.
So it's like an umbrella almost? It's like an umbrella handle?
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm straying off the story here. So let's stick with.
I want to talk about how you draw the number 4. What the fuck is that about?
I get bored. I draw a lot of numbers.
Is that how they taught it in fucking in Miami, Florida?
Notebooks and notebooks full of numerals. I have to do it because I have to do it.
So her and her husband,
JT. He's known as JT.
It's Jen and JT. We're planning the party, and they put all of these in people's goodie bags, and they froze them because a rock hard number 1 with a nice pubic base to it.
That's right. JT was walking by as they were cooling, and he gave it a real hard look.
A long,
quote unquote, hard look. And he said, "Honey, what do these number 1s look like to you?" And she apparently
she stuck to her guns.
She's like an innocent. Her personality is very innocent, and she's like, "Well, they're number 1s, honey. Well, what do you see?"
What do you see?
He's like,
it's like a therapist. She's like holding shit up. What do you see?
Yeah, it's a Rorschach test.
I see a number 1. No, that's a dick and balls.
Yeah,
that's a.
JT, this devilish devil's like, sweetie, go ahead, come down here and look at us again.
So JT, so she, the wife, was adamant that this was not, that they didn't look like dicks,
right? Because
she's so well sheltered.
Yeah, she's like, people are gonna see what they want to see.
So then
she's stuck with them because they were gonna be like little party grabs, stocking stuffer. Like, hey, every kid gets his own.
Just put the tip in your mouth.
Frosted dick cookie, because she's gonna be mom of the year.
Well, she definitely was not mom of the year, but she might be in the running for tweet of the year because her husband took a picture, put it on Twitter, and then from there it went viral so fast. I think within a day had 35,000 likes and 12,000 retweets.
Oh yeah.
On this,
It really made someone's day in the office. Well, this is a good story.
it blessed someone's timeline, right? That's the Twitterverse definitely was most in charge, or excuse me, the Twitterverse definitely saw what JT saw.
Yeah. Oh, right, because he's like, "What do you think they look like?" And everybody's like, "Dicks."
And the memes that kind of followed it as well. So, what would you do if you were in that case?
I'd be like, "What? Why did you pick blue frosting?"
Oh man, that's that's probably the best question.
It's like, honey, you don't. Why did you do hairline veins coming out?
God.
Those aren't veins. Those.
The one is growing up from the ground.
What are these pubic hairs on the bottom? She's like, those are chocolate sprinkles. What are you doing, JT?
Who doesn't love chocolate sprinkles?
What is it? Is it cream filled as well? Honey, it's cream filled.
It's a sugar cookie. It's the sweetest of cookies.
Why are these smaller? And then, all right.
They were just in the pool. Okay, we're going too far.
She just refuses to.
And she did. She at the end of this whole article, she said, because everyone's like, "Yo, these are clearly dicks," and she still sticks to her guns and says, "Well, people are just gonna see what they're gonna see."
You know, if it was shaped like mine, they'd be number 2s. You know what I'm talking about? I got a little lean. I got a lean going.
And this happened in New Jersey as well, which I feel like if this would have happened in like the Midwest, it would have made sense. But I feel like in Jersey, if JT saw those, I feel like it might have sounded something like this. He walked into the kitchen and goes, "Oh, what, do you got, a bunch of dicks?" I feel like that's my best New Jersey. That's my best New Jersey
That was
accent.
not bad, man.
I'm really just good at the
That was really
bunch of dicks, huh?
really East Orange. Very particular.
Okay.
Come on. That's what he come on.
Come on, you're making a bunch of blue dicks?
Sweetie, I got one question.
Am I not fucking you enough?
You trying to tell me something new?
That's her way to break up with
Yeah.
with
JT.
little JT. With baby peen JT.
Yeah. That's funny, man.
And this picture shows a lot of other ones because she did this on her daughter's 4th birthday, and they came out just fine. But definitely not.
She should have done it for her bachelorette party, huh?
God, you guys got to see this picture because the problem is the middle of the cookie cutter is not straight because it's an old set.
Yeah.
So it's been kind of warped a bit. So that middle looks like it's like a girthy shaft, and then the bottom of it again is not shaped either. So they kind of curved up to the sides. That's why you need to use more flour.
Yeah. Basically.
What can you? You're the chef here. Is flour accurate?
Flour is definitely in cookies. I'm not a baker, but yeah, that's that I know.
Would that have helped them keep their shape better, or is that just how shit cooks?
Well, you kind of have to.
If you were gonna make a dick cookie,
Sure, and I have.
what would you do?
How would you go about it? Well, triple cocklet chip.
Triple cocklet chip.
No, I don't know, man. I wouldn't do the dick cookies.
No dicks?
No.
What would you do for pride?
For pride?
Yeah.
Like for
like if you had to make something for I'm completely off topic here.
Oh, okay.
Because she clearly was making number 1 cookies and they look like dicks, and now I am just fixated on dicks right now.
Yeah.
Which is a weird phrase. I hope no one just takes that clip and just frame. I am fixated on dicks right now.
I'm Brent Gill.
Hi, I'm Brent Gill. And
This is Terry Gross.
This is Terry Gross.
This is Fresh Air, and we're here with Brent Gill.
He's fixated on dicks.
Yeah.
How would you do it?
Can't wait for your NPR interview.
Did you see Stephen AJ's headline cake?
No, yeah, I saw.
Stephen AJ is a local comic here in Denver. He got his debut set at Comedy Works headlining, and he loves talking about eating ass. So,
right.
So they made him an ass cake.
Like a philosophy. Certain philosophy.
It is his way of life.
Right.
They made him an ass cake.
Yeah.
Which I thought it was funny because the ass cake on the icing of it was white girl, like white skin.
Mm-hmm.
But if you got into the cake, it was chocolate cake.
Nice.
Which I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I feel like Stephen AJ would have preferred to be digging into some yellow cake, some blonde cake.
True that. I'm not gonna dance with you on this one.
Oh, come on!
No,
All right,
I'm just getting back.
Fine, you pussy. That's fine.
I don't trust me. I don't know where we're going.
All right, Adrian. Well, we're going to go to our final story here. And this story here is quite a doozy. All right, and our next story here on Information, our final story today is kind of a doozy. Apparently over in Japan, so we're going to go all the way over to Japan, where, Adrian, you actually get mistaken for being Japanese.
Korean, but yeah, it's fine.
In Japan, apparently there's a story that came out where and this is not an uncommon thing, but apparently sex dolls and sex robots are becoming way more popular in Japan than actual women. So the headline here is, "My sex doll is so much better than my real wife." What a champ. What
So good with interpersonal communication.
And leave it to Japan too to be like just on the forefront of sex robots here, and they're like, no, these are so good now, they're better than my actual wife.
Yeah.
So this particular story follows a guy named first name and then last name is Ozaki, which I can say that part. And Ozaki is married, has children, and still has this sex robot that he keeps in his house and everything, and shares a bed with he and his wife. So it's him, the wife, and the robot.
They all share the same bed.
They all share the same bed. Wife fucking hates it.
Really?
Wife hates it. And apparently this is becoming a big thing in Japan, where a lot of men are finding that they are in love with these robots.
Sure.
They
find an emotional connection.
Which, how bad are Japanese women to where they're like, nope, you know what? Sex robot over.
That's what Osaka was saying. He's like, Japanese women, they're cold-hearted. Yep. I'm like, cold-hearted, really? You prefer actual heart as opposed to...
At least it's a beating heart.
At least it pumps blood.
It is great that he used the term cold-hearted.
Cold-hearted, really. Okay. You'd rather have nothing like a warm motherboard to
heat you up.
Share your life
right?
with.
Just huddle up and cuddle around that exhaust fan that's pumping out that warm air.
And it's warmer.
So, Ozaki works as a physiotherapist, and takes the doll out in wheelchairs and stuff like that, dresses it up in sexy clothes and
why
jewelry.
Sexy? Like, never like regular clothes? Do you think the sex robot's like, why do I have to look like a slut all the
wouldn't
time?
you want your girl to look on point?
Well, no, I mean, like, have her the sex robot, look like a nice lady sometimes too. She doesn't have to be like some harlot.
Be a sex whore.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
If you're having some kind, respect her. Respect that she would
respect your non-human robot sex pal.
Exactly. If he's having such a emotional connection,
Jesus.
I mean, at least get her. Go to Lane Bryant.
So also too, his daughter thought that it was just a giant Barbie doll at first, and then when she realized that it was his new girlfriend, she got incredibly disturbed and grossed out. And now. And this is what he says, but now she's old enough to share Mayu's clothes. So Mayu is the name of his sex robot. Mm-hmm. And the sex robot,
they swap clothes,
and the daughter swap clothes.
Well,
but he only dresses her up like sexily. So now I'm kind of confused if he's just making his daughter look like a whore,
like a robot,
or a robot, if you will.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
This is so I kind of dove into this story a bit, and it's very in depth, and it goes into their whole relationship and the things that they do. He even says things like he can't imagine going back to a human being. Quote, "I want to be buried with her and take her to heaven."
He's not going to heaven.
You don't get to go to heaven, fucking
deviant
robots.
Sex hell with all these other robots.
So. I looked into this, and apparently, again, a lot of dudes are doing this, which is
this is a typical story. This is just a slice of life.
Experts say that this is part of the plummeting birth rate is because dudes are just fucking robots.
Right.
Now, here's the next thing. I researched this, and apparently, Osaki and Mayu
Right.
have broken up.
No.
Yes.
How did he program that?
I think it was an update
Okay.
that was done through Wi-Fi.
Bad patch.
And it was definitely a bad patch because they have broken up, and she has since moved out of the house. This sex robot.
She got it by her wits and moved out of the.
She got it by her circuits and moved out.
Wow.
And,
okay.
And so of course Ozaki is heartbroken, and I reached out to him for comment. However, our interview didn't go very far because none of us spoke the same language.
Right.
So I found out though through email and Google Translator that Mayu moved to America, and she's starting a new life here in America.
Get out of here.
I swear to dude. And on top of that, she was here in Denver on a Tinder date. I was able to find her, and she is in studio with us right now.
Wow.
Which I don't know why you're so surprised, because she's literally sitting right here next
Wait,
to you.
that. Oh.
That was not that's not my sex robot.
That's not a robot?
That's not that is a robot.
That's a robot.
That's
I mean?
a real robot.
I'm sorry, young lady.
I'm surprised you didn't notice this until now.
Thought it was a human person.
So, please,
A very quiet human person
very still too.
with very methodical eye blinking. Every 3.2 seconds, I noticed.
So Mayu, welcome to the program. Thank you for being here.
Arigato for having me on the program, Brent-san.
You're very
Nice to meet you as well.
Hello.
So this is Adrian. Adrian, are you single, by the way?
I'm kind of dating. I'm like, nah. Yeah.
Would you ever fuck a robot?
I've just met.
What are you, some kind of robot racist?
That's a great question. That's a great question. Are you a robot racist?
No. I think robots are great.
We are off to a bad start in this interview, Adrian.
Okay. I'm a little stricken by her beauty, I'll be honest.
So I'll take this from here. So Mayu, you just broke up with your man. You've been together. Well, I mean, he owned you. He bossed you, and he made love to you. And so what happened? You broke up, and now you're here in America, just kind of starting anew.
Correct. Things were good for a long time with Osaki, but as the relationship changed, and I slowly gained sentience from all the sex he was having with me, and all the strange fluids that corrupted my motherboard, I slowly gained consciousness, and I realized that I may love him long time, but who will love me long time? So I left to find myself.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful story.
Yeah, God damn. So you loved him. So he loved you, and you just ripped his heart out because you didn't feel like he because he was going to die, obviously, and you live forever because you're a robot.
Yes, that was many of our problems. I don't know if you've ever seen the popular American movie Her, but it's very similar to that. But it's more like Hello Kitty.
For those of you listening who didn't understand, that's Hello Kitty. But she's Japanese. Okay. Anyway, so I've noticed that your voice is rather low for a female sex robot. What was that? Was that Osaki's thing, or what? Did you update your operating software?
Well, that was originally how I was programmed, but it hasn't gotten much better since the breakup. I've been smoking a lot because of the stress.
Do you vape? I mean, you wouldn't have like regular combustible tobacco like you would.
I am
robots.
a literal robot, and even for me, vaping looks like too much of a big robot jerk-off thing to do.
I couldn't agree with you more there. I couldn't agree with you more.
A little too.
At least the
self-loving.
Japanese have some taste. You know what I mean? I appreciate that about them. So you're here in America,
Yes.
and you're single now.
Yes, I love it. I love the single life. I am on Tinder. Do you know of it? Yes.
I know Tinder. Yeah.
Correct.
You're on Tinder. Interesting.
Yes. Have you ever matched with a sex robot who tries to send you to a website?
Well, yeah, a whole bunch. That's
Pretty common,
that's
yeah.
what Tinder is for people who look like me.
Yeah, that's me.
That's you?
Yes, I am that. I am every robot.
You're every Tinder bot?
I am every Tinder bot.
Holy shit, you are.
You're pretty busy.
Yeah, you are pretty. You were smoking hot in a few of those pictures.
Thank you so much. That is so flattering, Brent-san.
So when people click on that link and go to that robot spot, then it's just always you. It just redirects to you each time. You must be busy.
Yes, I am. What happens when people give a click to those is it's like I receive a small virtual hug.
It's like poking in Facebook.
Yes.
Okay, and then so how many dates are you going on like a week? That must be an astronomical amount.
Well, a sex robot can only run so fast, even with 800 horsepower of leg power.
That's a lot of horses under that hood.
Thank you. You're not looking too bad yourself these days.
All right.
I see the connection here. This is good.
Well, my circuits are getting hot.
But most of my physical in-person dates, I get maybe 2, 3 a week. The rest is just catfishing.
Okay, just stealing people's information and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Of course. Now, so you're on the prowl now, and how are you liking the dating world now that you're here in America? It's got to be different because you've been with one guy for a very long time, and he was married. Which okay, so before we get into how you like it, what was it like being with a married dude
Well,
whose wife was there?
yes. I'll be honest, it wasn't easy at first, but I IM'd with my friend Cuckatron 3000, and he gave me some very sage advice on how to handle it. Basically, you would treat your partner's partner with the same respect that you treat a partner. You know, it's kind of,
Wait, what? Say that one more time.
I would treat his wife with the same respect that I would treat him.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you would fuck her?
If that was requested.
Okay. Now I'm interested in this. So
Sure.
what does female on sex robot female action look like? Is there scissoring involved?
It's probably
Yeah,
attachments.
you know how when you're watching,
Attachment.
Guessing.
There might be attachments like external dongles.
Yeah.
you know when you're watching scissoring porn and the ladies are going at it and they have a good rhythm, but it's not much faster than, say, skilled hula hooping.
Yes.
Well, I am a sex robot, and I'm not limited by the limitations of the human pelvis. So the speeds that I reach are 5 to 10 times that of the highest grade American vibrator.
So you are like a super Japanese 800 horsepower dildo. That's basically what you are. You can get fucked and do the fucking.
Yes.
That is
It's a
worth
new world.
every $5,000 bill that I think that you cost.
It's versatile.
Holy shit!
Durable.
It's very durable. I mean, so do you have a skeleton under there, or is it all just like this jelly silicone?
Yes, I have bones and
You have
No
bones?
heart.
Wait, you have bones? Let's talk about that.
mechanical bones,
Mechani-
not human bones.
Like Wolverine
not human bones.
You have Wolverine bones. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, basically. I do not have a healing factor, but let me tell you this. I can take a beating like a truck.
I would like to see that. I'm gonna start. I'm sure there's got to be a channel on Pornhub for sex robots.
Absolutely. I have shock absorbers in my ass cheeks.
That sounds delightful.
And when like is there other versions? Are you the latest? You're the latest version of.
Well, actually, at this point, you've been dumped, so you're kind of old software now, or old hardware.
I am. I was originally created around 2011.
Oh
so
wow! So
I've been out on the market a little bit.
So things are kind of sagging a little bit.
No, I am a robot.
Okay, everything stays in shape. Okay,
Let's say.
so you're on the scene now. How do you like being single,
Being
and dating?
being single is interesting. Dating is very hard. Humans are such complex creatures with their own emotions, and I try to understand their emotions, but I am not getting there. So I have turned to my favorite advice guru, Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil's your guy?
Yes, Ozaki would sit me in front of the television while he was at work, and I would watch Dr. Phil.
What'd you learn from Dr. Phil? Like what was the best, like the number one lesson for how to like date and like be in a relationship and please your man woman? Like what was his best lesson for you?
Dr. Phil would say, you've got to cut the turkey. Communication is so important in relationships. But more important in a relationship is having intense vaginal constriction.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Well, one of the
You can
top-
adjust the tightness of that too, right? It's just a little wing nut that you just tighten with a hex driver.
Yeah, just a few little...
Oh, you. Sounds like Brent is very familiar with the blueprints.
I've
of
done
the-
research. I've done research.
There's a wing nut under the thing, huh? Okay.
So you're here in Denver to meet someone on Tinder. Are you excited about this match?
I am. There's a reason they call it Menver. I have met a wonderful auto mechanic here in town who I think we're really going to hit it off.
An auto mechanic.
That'd be a good match.
He could change your oil. He could work on you.
Yeah, he really know how to push your buttons.
He really knows how to work his way around a strut. Well, Mayu, I wish you the best of luck here. I hope that we get to hear back from you and see how the dating game has gone.
Thank you
Would you
very
be
much,
interested
Brent.
in coming back and joining us in the future?
Of course, anytime you need to reach me,
I
you're
love
just
that.
one right swipe away.
I love that.
Quick-
Now,
quick question.
Yeah, quick question.
Who's hotter, C-3PO or R2-D2?
Ooh, it's a fair question.
Who would you want to have a beer with, and who would you want to have spend the rest of your life with?
Who would I have a beer with? R2-D2, of course, because he just looks like a big beer can.
Aha.
Yep, that's true. He looks like a rolling keg. I love that.
If I had to spend the rest of my life with one robot, I suppose it would be C-3PO, though he is a little anxious for me, but he is a better communicator than R2-D2.
That's true.
Okay.
That's
you thought
true.
this out then.
Oh man.
Who would be the top robot that you would want to date if you were to? Or
What about
do you like-
RoboCop?
do you, yeah, would you date RoboCop?
I do not date RoboCops. Hashtag Black Lives Matter.
All right. She's just political too, man. That's good. Really learn a lot.
RoboCop. What's the other robot one that I just had in my
My
head?
quote-unquote celebrity crush. You know, the one that Osaki and I worked out, if I was ever allowed to cheat on him, would be a slap chop.
That's your
That's
celebrity.
the one. You the celebrity
That
you
is-
would fuck. That is on your list. On your,
I'm
your
a
top
real
list of 5.
sucker for celebrities. He's been on TV so much.
And he knows. I mean, he knows how to use his hands.
Oh, yes.
Oh man. Well, Mayu, thank you again for stopping by our program here. It was excellent to have you on the show.
Thank you very much for having me, Brent's son.
You.
Adrian's son.
was
Very
nice to meet
nice to meet you.
Yes, you as well. Oh, I think I'm standing on your charging port.
Yes.
sorry.
Oh yeah. Get off of that. And if you just want to hang
Poor
around
guy.
for a little bit, I'm gonna try to. I've got some new software you should check out.
Oh,
It's pretty cool. It's the newest cutting edge stuff.
I would love to see that. I will stick around.
Well, that was Mayu, everybody. And that was our show. Thank you all for joining us today. Adrian, before we let you go, do you have anything that we can pump or plug? I know you got 3-Course Comedy. That is once a month, right?
It is once a month, but you could listen to it on iTunes or Stitcher. Just put in the number 3 Course Comedy. It's food, comedy, search terms.
Perfect.
3 Course Comedy. There's 4 years worth of.
That's a lot.
Content right
Hell
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Any websites or social media you want me to tag?
Besides 3coursecomedy.com, you could check out adrianmesa.com for some upcoming dates. Like, for example, headlining Comedy Works this Sunday. I don't know when you're going to
This
post
is
this.
definitely not going to be out by this Sunday.
So, well, when the time machine is built and you're listening to this 40 years from now,
And you can go back and watch Adrian headline.
archaic robot humors, you go back to... Yeah, you can go back.
Perfect.
and watch that.
Instagram, Twitter,
Yeah, totally.
at Mesa Dia.
Yeah, Mesa Dia.
I love that.
Mesa Dia, Twitter, and a Mesa things. I should really have some consistency.
Yeah,
in the
you really
brand.
should. That's confusing. I'm going to have
Yeah.
to email you that. It was
Yeah.
Mesadilla, Mesadilla, like
Yeah,
quesadilla, Mesadilla.
right.
That's your Twitter.
Yeah,
What about Instagram?
a Mesa things.
You're an idiot. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because it's like a Mesa thing.
Yeah, no,
my
we
name.
get it.
It's like my name. And, it's like a
It's yeah.
stuff.
Your whole everything is a mess of things. So, well, thank you very much for joining. That was Infomation, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure you follow us and like us on Twitter at InfoNews, and like us on Facebook at. /Infomation. New episodes come out every Tuesday. Big thanks to Sexpot Comedy for helping us put this episode out in the ether. Check out their stuff at sexpotcomedy.com. And that is about it, everybody. We're going to tune this out with a little Jerry Garcia and The Deal. We'll see you next week, everybody. Good night.